shiny, happy people. Welcome to Kimbaskrafts. My name is Kim, and if you're new here, hello, welcome. And if you're returning, love you guys. I know some of you have been following this series, and I appreciate you. I really do. Let's just put that down. This has been very time consuming. I sometimes I get a little stressed out that I bit off more than I can chew because these squares are very confetti heavy, and they're taking about like an average, I would say 3 to 4 hours on average, but the really big ones can take up to like 5 hours, and then I have to edit it and everything. So I was really hoping I would be a little further ahead than I am. So I'm just always nervous that I'm going to get behind, and there's no way to get behind. If you miss a day, you miss a day. So I appreciate all of your comments and everything. I'm sorry. I've always been bad at getting back on comments because I always take on more than I should. And this is no different. Good job, Kimba. But no, seriously, I am going to I see it's so hard for me to just like a comment because I want to respond, and I want to like be interactive, and I want to talk, and I want to say things, and I read every comment, and I always want to like reply, but I need to learn to just like at least acknowledge and like. But once I do that, then I lose the comment and I don't see it anymore. And so I can't respond. So I hold on to them because I'm like, no, I want to say something. What I think I'm going to do moving forward, because, this is very time consuming, and, life is very time consuming. I'm going to like your comment. Unless you're asking me a question, I will most certainly answer your question. Otherwise, I might just say a thank you or give you an emoji. Okay. I want you to know that I am reading all of your comments word for word, and I appreciate all of you for watching and commenting and liking. And, I really hope you're enjoying this series. And yeah, I am having a lot of fun doing it. So, there's always that, like, I'm doing this because I really enjoy it. I, am having a lot of fun. It's a big canvas, and that's why I went with this size. I wanted to go bigger because I knew that it was a lot of detail, and I really wanted it to shine through, and I think that it is. I think that it's really coming out very beautifully. So I'm glad that I didn't go bigger because, Kimba be feeling the stress. Okay, so anyway, we are here. It's December 8th, and we're going to do the 8th square, and this is a doozy, guys. What was I thinking when I blocked it off? I don't know. This big guy here. And honestly, it's all of this. Yes, all of this. So that's what we got to do today. That is what we got to do today. It's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a thing. We're gonna do all the way up to this red line here. I'm gonna cut this out, and then we'll fold it down this way. Maybe I'll go ahead and cut door 3 and 8 off. We'll see. And yeah, so that's where we're at. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and cut that out, and I'll see you in a couple minutes. Okay, guys, so we're going to fold it down like this. And yeah, this whole section is today's square. But we're going to turn this canvas around, turn that frown upside down. And let's see what our Christmas fact of the day is. Okay, tinsel was once made of real silver. In the early 1600s in Nuremberg, Germany, people would use thin strands of real silver to reflect the light of real candles in their trees. Since silver was expensive, it was a status symbol. Very interesting. What, this was in the 1600s? I don't think I'm going to find any pictures of those. What do you think? I don't know. You might be getting some fake tinsel trees over here in this. All right, that's interesting though. You know, I did notice that a lot of the facts about Christmas originated in Germany. When I was reading different facts and typing them up. Okay, so that is our Christmas fact. Let me go ahead and get my light pad and get us set up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm gonna do this square because this is massive in 4 squares. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, that's how we're gonna do this. So I need a long story to tell you, and the story I decided to tell you from my childhood was my favorite. My dog is digging in her bed. Soju. Okay. Is my favorite fishing story with my dad. So if you've ever heard me say like a painting reminds me of my dad, it always has a boat in it. And that's because my dad, his favorite hobby and pastime and thing to do in this world was fish. He absolutely loved fishing. He could do it all day, every day, if he had the money and the means. And when I was younger, I would go with him sometimes fishing. And when he went, he would leave at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning because he'd want to be out on the water like at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. He said that's when the best fishing happened. So there was a point in my life where he did have a boat, and he would hitch it on a trailer, and we would leave at like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, head down to the shore, the Jersey Shore, go to a boat dock, and go fishing in the middle of the night. And yeah, I used to love doing that with him. And we have a family friend who I actually thought was my cousin that I grew up with. We actually thought we were cousins. We thought that his mom and my mom were sisters. We went in and we asked, because I knew him my entire life, and we were always at like holiday parties and stuff like that. And we actually went into the store one day and we asked my mom, we're like, we're cousins, right? And she's like, no. But we still told everyone we were cousins. I think we all have that family friend that we grew up with that we just think of as family. So he was like always over. He slept over our house all the time. Like, we were really close. And yeah, he was my cousin. So he liked to come with us too. So this one trip, he was sleeping over so that we could go. And my dad woke us up and we piled into his pickup truck and we drove to the dock. And it was real dark out, you know, because it was like it was 1 o'clock in the morning. And we helped him, you know, get the boat in the water. And we were loading the boat up with all the equipment. And we get in the boat, and my dad says, all right, I think we got everything. And so my cousin, he like unties us from the dock and like pushes us away. And my dad was like, wait a minute. And he's like, I didn't even start the boat up. And then he like went to find the key and he didn't have the key on him. And we were like floating away in the bay. And like we had, my dad was so angry. And we actually hit a huge boat. We were just like drifting and we just drifted into this. It's not funny. We just drifted into this boat. Oh my goodness. So the boat key, I mean, I didn't know anything about boats. So I thought it was a key. And I just thought to myself, oh my God, we're just going to float until someone like pulls us in or something like. But it's just, the key is a plastic piece that holds a button in. So he took my cousin's finger and he put it over the button. He was like, you hold this in until I say stop. And he had to hold the button in the whole way back while my dad drove the boat back to the dock. And then he tied us back to the dock and he got out of the boat and he found the keys lying in the parking lot. So I guess like while we were loading the boat up, they fell out of his pocket. I mean, what are the chances? My poor cousin. And he showed me, he's like, Kim, look, I was so afraid I was going to, my finger was going to slip. The button indentation on his finger. Oh my God, it was so deep. So that's how the fishing trip started. But once he got the keys and he got in the boat, you know, he drove us. He drove the boat out to someplace, I don't know. And when he found a spot he thought was a good spot, he stopped, we anchored, and we started fishing. And that's where I'm going to stop the story for now. I am going to finish this square, and I'll tell you more about that trip when I come back. You guys enjoy the music.
Something's tugging at my sleeve. I do believe it's Christmas. It's cold outside, but I'm warm within, 'cause Christmas time is here. Playing in the snow, a merry game they play, chasing each other to and fro, laughing all the way. Oh, what a jolly time to have the whole family here for a few days of love and grace. But when Christmas has gone, it'll be another year. When Christmas has gone, it actually was on a Christmas day you came my way, that once upon a long ago. The Bethlehem star must have shown the way that led you to me. Now from our love and a little help from above, we've raised our little clan like it's part of a master plan. Still, when Christmas has gone, it'll be another year. When
part of our beautiful, and I was surprised, blue Christmas tree. How fun is that? And we're going to go up to here now. This part, this section is a little bigger, it looks like. Maybe I moved it over too much, I guess. Yeah, that's gorgeous, that tree. I'm gonna turn my light pad on here. Bing. All right, we're gonna start with the same color I started with last time. Seems to be a lot of that here. Okay, so here we are in the bay. It's pitch black dark out. It was really cool. We saw floating in the water, like, I don't even, like, glow in the dark, neon, I don't know what they were. I guess some kind of sea plant or something. And they were floating in the water. It was so neat. I'm going to see if I can find pictures of it. But yeah, they were floating in the water. And so we ride out and we start fishing. And I don't know what it was, but I was a fishing freak that night. Like, I just kept catching all these fish. And my cousin was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know." At one point, he's like, "Well, I'm going on this." He wanted to come on my side of the boat. So we switched sides of the boat. And I went on his side of the boat. And I started catching fish on that side of the boat. And he didn't catch anything. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but I just kept catching fish. I mean, we were all catching. We all caught some eel. My dad was in charge of taking everything off the hook. Yeah. So we all caught like an eel or two. But like, I was the only one catching fish that my dad was putting in the cooler and we were going to take home. And we all caught a sand shark or two. That was pretty neat. They were like babies. And yeah, but I just kept catching fish. I want to say in the end I caught like 10 or 12 fish that were in the cooler that we took home to my mom. And she cleaned and cooked. She cooked. My dad, here's the funny thing. My dad hated fish. He would not eat fish. No. He didn't want any parts of eating it, but he loved fishing. But he took it home to my mom, and my mom would cook that up Korean style. Yeah, she would put it in bean paste soup and all kinds of stuff. And I loved eating the Korean fish, but like only if she took the bones out for me. Because that was just too much work. I don't know what kind of fish they were, but yeah, there was a lot of them. And I don't know if anyone else caught any fish, but it was just, and I could tell my dad was like proud of me, but he was also not jealous, but like frustrated that he was not catching anything. But overall, it's kind of exciting even if you're catching like weird things like eel, because at least you're like reeling in and you're getting bites. Like, you know how sometimes you go out fishing and you don't even, like, nothing bites and you're just like out there and like you did nothing but like check your line and find your bait missing like how many times. And so in that sense, it was cool. But then all of a sudden my dad did get a bite. Yeah, he was reeling it in, and then when he reeled it in, He pulled it up and it was a fish. And I'm going to tell you about it when we come back. Enjoy the music.
It was on a cold Christmas Eve. You came into this world. We were all up, holding our breaths, till the word came of a baby girl. Then Grandma and Grandpa got smoke in their eyes from nothing but joy and delight. Eager to meet this newborn prize, and it was on a Christmas night. You look just like your sweet mother dear, 28 years ago. We weren't prepared. Can anyone be for the greatest emotional overflow? And no matter what you're gonna grow up to be, we will support you wholeheartedly. And the start of this journey, go where it might, it was on a Christmas night. There were Grandma and Grandpa with smoke in their eyes from nothing but joy and delight. So eager to meet this newborn prize, and it was on a Christmas night. Yes, it was on a Christmas night.
There she is, guys. The other quarter of the square. That tree is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Oops. So I'm going to move this over to here. And we'll get that star in there. And I'll move us down. I think that's like a big red bulb. And I'll do that next. Okay, so going back to the story. So my dad, he caught a fish and he reels it in, and he's like really excited because I'd been catching all these fish. And he used to use a sock to hold the fish to get the hook out. So he grabbed it with the sock, and we hear him say, "Oh, it's an oyster cracker." And we didn't know what that was. So he goes to take the hook out, and then we hear him go, "Oh man, that was his tooth." And we're like, "His tooth?" So he gets the hook out, and my cousin's like, can I see it? So he hands it to him, and I get the flashlight, and I turn the flashlight on it, and we both jumped so high. He drops this fish. It was so ugly looking and scary looking, and it's like flopping in the boat. My dad's like, watch it, it can bite you, it's got teeth. I'm gonna put a picture up what they look like. Oh my God, it was like the perfect timing. My dad hands it to him, I shine the flashlight on its face, and it looked like a sea monster. And we were terrified. And then my dad had to like get it out of the boat. So that was the first fish my dad caught that night. It was hilarious. Needless to say, he wasn't too happy, but we thought it was hilarious. And so then we were fishing, and I kept catching fish, and he finally catches another fish. And I'll tell you about that when I come back.
Honey, I know I've been busy working late. All the things we had to do around the house just had to wait. But I promise you that I'll be done by the end of the week. And Christmas will be only you and me.
The weight upon the shoulders of my man. Don't worry about gingerbread or to dress the Christmas tree. For Christmas will be only you and me. Christmas is the time to be together, but I'll be by your side until forever. We can find some time to spend with friends and family. Oh, but Christmas will be only you and me. Christmas is the time to be together,
right, there it is. Look at this gorgeous tree. It's so beautiful. With the ornaments here and the candy cane. It's so pretty. Love this blue tree. Okay, so we have this last section here. I'm going to set us up. And I'm going to finish that little part of the story. There we go. This looks pretty confetti heavy too. This painting is so confetti heavy. Whew. Okay, so we're still on the boat. I'm still catching fish. I'm a master fisherman. My cousin's not catching anything. My dad caught an oyster cracker, but nothing that we could take home yet. And then all of a sudden, my dad has a pull on his line and he gets all excited. He starts pulling and it feels really heavy and it's still dark out. It's probably like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. And he's pulling and he's pulling. And then we see a flash of like white silver and he's like, it's a big one, guys. Kim, get the net. So I get the net and he's pulling it in. And we see something come break the surface again. And we see this white silver. And he's like, it looks like this flat white silver fish. And my dad screams, hot diggity dog, I got a flounder. And so I get the net and it gets close to the boat and I drop the net in and I pull it in. And he comes and he's like, opens the net all excited. And it was a piece of plywood. It wasn't funny. He was pretty upset, but I mean, it's kind of funny. So he was a little upset and I guess we kind of laughed, like giggled. And I did tease him about that for years. Dad, remember that time you caught a piece of plywood? But it was so funny as he was pulling it in. He's like, hot diggity dog. And then when he put the pole down, he's like rubbing his chest. He's so excited. And yeah, that's what my dad caught that day. So I caught like 10 to 12 fish. And he caught an oyster cracker and a piece of plywood. And that was my favorite fishing trip that we ever took. And we did catch, like I said, some sand sharks and some, oh yeah, we did catch a couple horseshoe crabs. You know, obviously all that stuff we threw back. And yeah, my mom cleaned up the fish I caught and she ate some Korean fish for a couple weeks. But that is the end of my fishing story. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and finish up this extremely confetti heavy square. And I'll be back when we're done. Enjoy the music.
It's Christmas Eve, and I've still got nothing for you. I'm out on a last minute spree, hoping to find that something that makes you see that I love you.
I've been out running all day, nothing catches What do you get for someone who has it all? I've been to every corner of this godforsaken mall. What in the world would be that something that made you see that I love you?
All I've got to give for Christmas is this: a Christmas kiss. Close your eyes and pucker your lips, 'cause here it is, your Christmas kiss. Your Christmas
It's something no one else is getting.
It's something you won't be soon forgetting. It's something we can share and take with us anywhere. All I've got to give for Christmas is this: a Christmas kiss. So close your eyes and pucker your lips, 'cause here it is, your Christmas kiss. All I've got for Christmas is this: a Christmas kiss. So close your eyes and pucker your lips, 'cause here it is, your Christmas kiss. Your Christmas kiss. Christmas kiss.
Okay, guys, so there we have it, the end of the square. And I honestly couldn't figure out, this was so crazy confetti heavy. I could not figure out what it was going to be. And now I see it's a snowflake and it's gorgeous. This painting is so gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to just move it up so we can see the whole square in its glory. Wow, that is Christmas. I love it. Look at that. All right, I'm going to zoom us out. And I think I'm going to cut these squares off when I'm done taping. Hold on. All right, guys, and there we have it. There is the one square down here. with the little boy that we did the first day. So I'm going to start cutting these off. There's just too many of them. And they're like overlapping now. So we'll be able to see when I start square number 9, we'll be able to see everything that's done because it's really becoming so gorgeous. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed my fishing story. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I have to say, I feel like this is my favorite so far. That one and the snowman. I don't know. I love the deer. I don't know. I'm so confused. All right, guys. Till tomorrow. You guys take care. If you like this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up on the way out. And if you want to see more from me, go ahead and click that subscribe button and join the family and friends here at Kimbaskrafts. I would love to have you. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Take care. Keep diamond painting.